Never judge a book by its cover, they say. But what about a can of beer? Now, if this beer tastes as good as the artwork, then it's going to be a stunner. But let's check out the review and find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer. This is called a Macho Mucho, and it is an India Pale Ale coming at 6%, and this is from the new Bristol Brewery, based, not surprisingly, in Bristol. But I just wanted to give you a proper look at this can artwork. So a lot of their beers have got this real sort of stylized, sort of cartoony, illustrative sort of style, usually featuring this monkey in a spacesuit. So this monkey is obviously crash landed somewhere in Mexico, hence the reason why it's called Macho Mucho. So it's very much a Mexico theme beer. I don't think it's going to have any hops that are from Mexico. I don't know if there is any hops in Mexico. Maybe there is. Let me know in the comments if you know a great Mexico hop that makes great beer. But I love the cover. I love the artwork here. And I think that, I don't know about you, but when I see, whether it be a rock album, whether it be a beer, if the artwork sort of stands out, it makes me go and pick it up and think, yeah, I'm going to see what this is like. I much prefer that than a sort of plain beer cans, They need to jump out from the shelf. If you're looking at them on the internet, all you're seeing is some artwork. And if you get some nice artwork like this, it's going to make you want to buy it. And so if there's any breweries watching this, I would always suggest concentrate on making good artwork. I mean, it's going to help you sell your beer. Obviously, the beer needs to be good. This one was £4.20 as well, so reasonably priced. Usually these are not too bad, the Bristol, the new Bristol Brewery. Not that I've had any before, but I've seen them around and they're all around about sort of price, sort of usually under £4, a little bit more expensive. So what's this one got in it? So it's got Amarillo, Chinook, Simcoe, Mosaic and Citra. So quite a selection of tropical sort of fruits. Sometimes, a little bit of, it says here a macho flavour from Mucho hops, a smooth, crushable IPA, totally drenched in tropical hop aromatics, hazy with low bitterness. Sounds pretty good. Let's get this beer out of the can and into a glass and see what it's all about, shall we? So obviously Mexican theme. I'm going to be having fajitas tonight, so keeping it in that sort of Mexico sort of style. Was going to try and get some nachos, but I didn't do that. So beer in a glass. We've got quite a sort of orangey sort of coloured beer. Orange, hazy. We've got one finger. It's just off Whitehead in terms of head. Aromas, I can already smell how great it is. Yeah, I'm getting lots of pineapple and mango. And there's orange in there and real sort of blood orange and sweet tangerines, all sort of orange in there. Peach even. Yeah, it smells pretty damn good. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers, everyone. It's got quite a nice soft body, low levels of carbonation. Flavour-wise, very much in the stone fruit sort of flavours. So we're getting peach, mango, apricots. It's a little on the dank side as well. It's got a real chewy, overripe fruit flavour. There's a little bit of a subtleness of bitterness on the back end. A little bit piney. Yeah, certainly more towards that sort of piney sort of bitterness than, say, a fresh grapefruit sort of bitterness. I'm not catching much grapefruit in this. It's, it's that sort of flavour of beer that, we've had before, an IPA, more along the stone fruits. Less of those sort of fresh pineapples and grapefruits, more peach and apricot and mango. I mean, you can probably tell that from the colour of it. I mean, it's quite dark and hazy there. It's a lovely looking beer, but it's much more darker, less of that sort of custard and more of those sort of bright orange mango sort of colours. It's nice. It's got, it just when you think it's going to get a bit too bitter and a bit too piney, it just holds itself back and just lets some of those sort of apricots and peach and mango really come to the forefront, so to speak. It's really nice. Yep, it matches the artwork in terms of it's certainly very sort of tropical, quite crushable. Oh, it's quite interesting actually, because I'm just looking at the ingredients here. It says contains barley, oats, wheat and lactose. Usually lactose makes me a little bit nervous. Now, you would never really guess there's got lactose in it. There is a little bit of that sort of orangey, peachy mango flavour, which has got a lot, you know, there's a little bit of creaminess in there, but I don't know whether I'm just thinking that now I've read it's got lactose in it. It's certainly not heavy on lactose. I think it's not really, I don't even think it's really needed, you know. I think it would have been perfectly well just putting a few more oats in there than the lactose. I'm not a big fan of lactose added to beer. When I think that oats can do the job much better and doesn't give any of that sort of slight artificial taste. In terms of the, yeah, I mean, it's quite a heavy sort of drinking beer. It's that, you know, that chewy, overripe fruits, that sort of dankness. It's getting to that sort of body and sort of flavour of those sort of more double IPAs, even though this is not a double IPA by any stretch of the imagination, because it's only 6%. But it's full of flavour, full of fruits, and looks pretty damn good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for the new Bristol Brewery Macho Mucho, with this lovely Mexican themed artwork. I mean, obviously, if you go to Mexico, you don't see many gorillas in a spacesuit. But apart from that, lots of cactus, bright pink sky. Yep, it's full of flavour, tropical Indian pale ale. It's pretty nice. And also, while I was doing the scores, I went in the cupboards and I found some of these. Now, these are Aldi Special. These are tortilla chips. They are spicy. I'm going to have to pronounce this very carefully. Sriracha. Spicy sriracha. And they are sun-ripened corn, gluten-free, flame toasted. And they taste pretty good, really. They're spicy. They're a funny sort of, they're not like triangle, they're more the rounded type. I don't know what that means, whether they're rounded or triangle. Tastes pretty good. Nice spicy level. Obviously great if you've got a dip with them, some salsa to dip these in. Goes well with beer, especially this Mexican themed beer. So yeah, all I need is a big sombrero hat on there now, and I'm all made for Mexico. But let's get these scores. First things first, aroma. Really nice. As soon as I opened the can, you could smell all those sort of tropical, almost quite dank and a little bit overripe tropical fruits like mangoes. We've got peach in there. There was a little bit of pineapple in the aroma, but not much. It was overpowered by those stone fruits, mangoes, apricots, peaches. Quite strong, smells pretty good. I'm giving it 13. Appearance. Well, it's a very sort of bright orange colour. I mean, you can see that. I think it looks really nice. A real golden orange hazy colour. I'm giving it 8 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour-wise, well, it's the flavour similar to the aromas, very much in that sort of stone fruit flavours with mango, apricot, peach. And then there's a little bit of pininess, a little piney bitterness, very, very subtle, but it just sort of rounds off the beer. There's not really, you're not getting much in terms of grapefruit, you're not getting that sharpness, you're not getting much citrus and zestiness in there. It's very much those sort of real danky, sort of chewy almost stone fruit flavours. So if you love that, then this is a really good example. I'm giving it 33 for flavour. Value for money, well, this can was £4.20. I mean, I love the artwork. I mean, I think, you know, I think if any beer brewery spends more time getting their artwork right, I mean, you know that I love Polly's. I think their artwork's always good. I just think that it just makes the beer taste better somehow. It's more appealing all round, and I think I give it better value for money because they put more effort in the artwork. So 8 out of 10 for value. And then my overall experience, well, there's not much in this beer that I haven't tasted before in other beers, especially I mean, stone fruit IPAs. I prefer those sort of straw coloured, lighter, zestier, citrusy, pineapple, grapefruit flavours. But you know, sometimes I like this as well, and I think this is a really good example. It's not overly bitter. It doesn't taste too strong. 6% is just about right, the sweet spot. Could drink quite a few of these. It's got a lovely body, nice soft mouthfeel. I'm giving it 12 for my overall experience. It's a good beer. Whether I want to drink more, because stone fruit can be a little bit overpowering, I think. So that's a 12 for overall experience. And we tighten those up, we get in a pretty good 74. You know, it's a sort of a recommended beer, White Snake. We know we need to do with these. We slide these ones in slow and easy. It's a nice beer, and I'm interested to see whether there's more, what other beers we can get from the new Bristol Brewery, because, you know, let's face it, you know, it's a brewery that's, you know, obviously got great artwork. And I'm sure, and I've seen lots of different types of beers. I don't know why I picked this one. I just thought, yeah, Macho Mucho. It just sounds a bit interesting. 5 different hops in it. Pretty damn good. Recommended. So if you see anything from the new Bristol Brewery, if anyone's had anything by them, recommend a beer, then let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can try and scope out another beer from them again. Certainly if they do, you know, more of a New England IPA, you know, a pale ale. I'm really interested to see what other things they do. I do know they do a cinder toffee chocolate stout, which sounds quite appealing actually. It's almost like a crunchy in a can. So that'd be one to look out for. But I hope you've enjoyed that video. Remember, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We're getting closer to that 500 target. You know, and then when I'm going to obviously do the beer giveaway and also do some. I'm planning what happens when we get to 500. Something a little bit special. I might be doing something a bit left field, and I might do something with my appearance. Just something different, you know, that shows that I'm engaged with you, the audience. So until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Keep on rocking.